So it is the middle of November and 65 degrees, so I'm going to take advantage and clean and lube my chain and my bike and tell you guys also how I started riding. Okay, thank you. So about 3 years ago, I just gotten out of a relationship, and it was the first time I was single for longer than like a few months in 8 years. I was kind of that girl that didn't really do stuff like this, like ride my own bike by myself to the mountains. I just kind of did whatever the guy I was dating. So as you can imagine, that can be pretty boring, depressing, give you a lot of unexplained anxiety, just make you not very confident and secure. So anyways, I made it a point that year to stay single and to do everything that I had been wanting to do for years, but never did because I was in a relationship. So that year I did a bunch of scuba diving, I learned photography, just a lot of online videos, and I found a mentor too. And I just started going to like jiu-jitsu tournaments to take pictures. I do jiu-jitsu, but I've never competed. But I found that tournaments was a really cool place to take pictures. So I practiced with that a lot. Oh, got a tattoo. You know, the whole new single, new me thing. And one of the things I wanted to do was learn to ride a bike. I think I hear some bikes right now, actually. Unfortunately, I don't have time to ride today. I got family in town, so I'm supposed to see them. Actually, I'm supposed to be with them right now. I'm not being a very good sister, but this will be fast. My plan with motorcycles was I would just learn to ride it, and then I'd move on with my life. So I was hoping I could find someone that had a bike that would lend it to me. I really didn't know how to go about doing it, but someone told me about the MSF course, where you're supplied a bike, and they lend you a bike, a helmet, and you get classroom instruction, and you can ride the bike with instructors for 2 days and learn all the techniques and everything. So I was like, perfect. No commitment, but all fun, and only for 48 hours. That's exactly what I need. So I did that, and after that weekend, I was hooked. I was like, this is my life now. At first, though, I hadn't decided to get my own motorcycle. It just seemed like such a weird foreign concept to me. Instead, I had thought maybe I can rent, and at that time, Twisted Road rental, apps like that, I didn't think anyone really knew about it. So I kind of thought maybe I could do that or keep taking classes. The more I looked into that, I was like, this is not financially viable. I need my own bike. Took me a couple months to pick which one I wanted, but eventually I found a bike I loved, Suzuki S40 Boulevard. Actually, I took the MSF course 4 years ago, almost a week ago, November 15th, 2015. And it is November 10th or something today, 2019. And then I started riding a few months earlier, technically in 2016. So I'm kind of like at the 3.5 year mark. The reason I keep riding, I work in an office 9 to 5. This is pretty abnormal for me and my family. My parents are Dominican, and for them it's very, maybe many parents probably, I don't know, but my mom is very girly, both my sisters are very girly. This is just not traditional. It's actually kind of weird. They think I'm being very dangerous. Like at work, I don't talk about riding bikes. I don't tell people I ride bikes. It's a very professional Southern Belle kind of setting. So at work, anyone who's found out has been really shocked and surprised, and like, I would have never thought you would do that. Especially since I never talk about it there, and I try to be very professional and At work, I'm pretty girly. I don't do stuff like this or talk about stuff like this. So I'm sure it seems weird. I think so many people just don't know that they would have the bug if they tried it, but so many people don't try it, so they don't know. If you told me 4 years ago that I would be riding motorcycles, I wouldn't believe you. I'd be like, what? That doesn't sound like me. I keep riding because, like most people, life can be pretty monotonous. Now I have to wait 20 minutes. You just have so much time for chores and errands and food prepping that I just need something anti all of that. I mean, I look at like Rosie GABRIELLE, who travels the world riding bikes, and as a MAGPIE flies, who travels all across America on her bike, and JONNA, who quit her job to go live in the country and be away from the city and all that crap. And I look at that and I'm like, I want that. But my parents came to America and it was not easy for them. They got an education. They're the only ones in their family to go to college because they wanted a new life for themselves and their children. They worked hard so that they could pay for me to go to college. So, yes, I know you shouldn't live for your parents, whatever, but you know what? They've put in decades of hard work and sacrifice for me, so the least I can do is give back to them as much as I can for as long as I can stand it. So, until then, I'm going to get my adrenaline in huge, short bursts whenever I can, when I ride up to the mountains and I'm riding twisty roads surrounded nothing but trees and mountains and beautiful fields. And if you actually want to know how to clean and lube a chain, I do have a video on that too. You can look in the description below or click right up here. And let me know down in the comments, why did you start riding? Or if you haven't started riding, why do you want to ride? Anyways, my sisters and niece and nephew are waiting on me, so I better get going. Bye.